recording.
And I
Yeah,
got the recording on on Zoom too for you.
man, we having super fun, Wendy. We having super fun. We having super fun, man. That was a crazy race. Noah, exactly Noah, going crazy, going crazy. Everybody already know y'all are hyped. Third day, we got Ted Metellus in the chat. Ted Metellus in the chat. New York City's finest. Hey man, third day of the Olympics. Track and field was crazy. Today, we're joined by Southern California great, a Nike Jordan great, a Team USA great, a world champion in 2017 in the 400-meter hurdles, Kori Carter, and her dog Kovu, the Kovu monster, as well with her. Kori, how's it going? Nice to see you again.
Going well. Thought I'd bring COVID since it's two black runners are friends. It's going well. How are you guys?
Man, we're hyped. We're hyped.
Yeah, that 100 had me jumping in my apartment. That was crazy. That was crazy. That the whole build up. First of all,
Speaking of jumping, Noah did his. I was like, he jumped like 6 feet in the air. I need to know his vertical because I was like, in my little warm up, I used to do a little hop, but nothing like that.
Nothing.
I never seen an intro that long. Like that was a lot. Like
It's the Olympics.
yeah. I feel it, like you gotta embrace the moment, but I also feel sometimes I would be like, bro, I'm just trying to race. Like, come on. Like, this is a lot.
Yeah, and major championships, it's always like you're in the hipping zone for much longer, the intros are much longer, and I'm just like, I'm trying to go. Like, I am so nervous right now.
Exactly. But we're gonna get into all of that. I'm hyped. Let's get into it. I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always with a brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening. Hey, hold up. This is the
Two black runners in France, Olympics again, 'cause it's two black runners and their best friends. It's two black runners and their best friends. Here we go.
It kind of slapped.
I was low-key about to start rapping over that.
I was like a couple bars.
like low key, I was like, wait, that was like the perfect lead up to spit a little bit. It's two black runners. We do it every day. But next time, I got y'all with that.
I did mess up a little bit though in the intro, but we'll get it the next day. This is definitely the smoothest we started off, and it was a smooth race from Noah Lyles in the 100-meter dash. We got to jump right into it. People talking about it already in the chat. Noah took us on a journey to this final and delivered.
He did.
Like, this anime arc has been amazing. This arc for this past year has been confidence. Anthony saying confidence, poise, focus. Everything went into this 979 tied for number 6 U.S. American of all time in 100-meter with Maurice Green. This guy showed up in the biggest race possible and had his best race possible in it, taking down Kashane Thompson, who looked like the favorite throughout the entire year after he dropped that 977. Fred Curley in third place as well, showing up big after like a pretty up and down season, and definitely came back from it. Let's start with the world champion first, Kori Carter. What was just your reaction from the men's 100? Did it live up to the hype?
I mean, it definitely did. I don't think we've had a final that close in a while, right? I think maybe back in like 2017 with Gatlin and Christian and Bolt. But yeah, I thought Noah had gotten himself in a hole that he couldn't dig himself out of, because his start was a little shaky. But his strength and his ability to stay calm even after getting out a little bit behind is, I mean, why he's the Olympic champion. It's like why he's a professional. I think when Noah is on, he is hard to beat, just because honestly, the talent, all of that is there. But I think mentally, he just has told himself he's the best in the world, and there's no convincing him or anyone else otherwise.
I 100% agree with that. Like he definitely fully believes in himself, and it's just crazy because we're gonna have to get Will back on the podcast, bro. Because he was talking. He said he
Hey,
said bring me back on if I'm wrong. So we should bring him back on. But all of the like track, it seemed like the track coaches type of people all thought Shane Thompson was gonna win based off of what they seen him do previously in the year, how he looked in the rounds and everything. And people were even going far enough to say like they thought Noah was gonna get like third place. You know what I mean?
I
Like
mean,
not even silver. You said
that's why
what?
that's why you race, you know. And I'm sure no one knew he was gonna like. If you can block out all that noise, and the only person whose opinion really matters is if you think you're gonna win. That's all that really matters going into the race. Like everyone else's opinions is just opinions, you know.
that was my kind of when we talked to Will yesterday, and he was describing like Kashane, he ran his 9.77. Like if Kashane has a perfect race, can Noah run him down? I don't think that was even Noah's perfect race. Like you said, his start was still a little bit shaky, but it was good. But it's just the fact of all like, why couldn't Noah run 9.7 in this final? He's
Yeah.
proven. I think that's what we even talked about before, Aaron, like a week ago. Like when we're talking, like Noah Lyles, when it comes to those big moments, he's proven he shows up. Like after
Yes.
Tokyo, like it seemed like, and after Tokyo, where you got bronze in that 200, every single time since then, he has shown up when it counts.
Yeah.
Back all the way back to 2022, when in the 100, we didn't even think he was gonna make the team, and then he makes it
Yeah.
in the 100-meter team. So it's just like ever since then, he has shown up year in and year out, and like you said, that confidence, Kori, has shown out through it all.
Yeah, I think it really is not whether Noah can run 9.7, right? I think it's really who wants to win. Like, I really feel like Noah's in a mode where it was like, what does it take to win? I'm running that, right? Like, I think, especially in championship season, it's about who wants it more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who's really going to dig down and go after it? And I really think Noah was just like, I'm not going to be denied today.
Yeah. Even like seeing him on the line, just being like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you for this moment. This is my moment. I heard him like saying these things. And you know how Noah is and how he speaks. It's like he's been visualizing this moment. Like this was his moment. He built up. I love all of the hate that he was getting, like that from just being himself that has built up around this final. I felt like everyone in the world was really tapped into this in a way we haven't seen in a really long time. And since like the bolt days, like I feel like people were very hyped on this just all around, even if you weren't like a super big track and field fan.
I don't know how you can hate on Noah Lyles. Like all that man does is run fast and watch anime. Like, like he's about his business.
That's why people hate on him though, because he's like comfortable being himself. And
Yeah.
that's really why like people hate on him. Like, and I think this is a big win for track and field just because when I'm talking about like the NBA fans that were super mad about the world champions of what comment. So like I'm so happy that he won this because now there's nothing that no one can really say anything. He still has the 200, and he's the heavy favorite in that, right? Everyone. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna win that, and once he does that, he's in rarefied. He's in rare air. Like all he needs is those world records, but he's one of he's one of the greatest U.S. sprinters of all time. He has the 200-meter record. He's a 100 and 200-meter champion. Now he's an Olympic champion in the one. Like, bro,
He's
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 he's him.
He's checking off all the boxes, bro. He's checking off all the boxes.
So he shut up a lot of people today. That's how you guys really feel. Like because I was looking at comments before this when they're doing the look, and like people on Bleacher Report, like in the comments, they're saying, why he looking at Oblique Seville if he losing? Like this man about to get cooked. If he gets cooked tonight in
Yeah,
this final, like the NBA team's going to be in his hotel room. I'm like, what? What are these people talking about? But like he should have shut up everybody today, and he's put himself in rare air for sure after this 100. Like he definitely is like one of the greatest now, for sure. He still has the 200 to run though.
Also, shout out to Mama Lyles. Like, I love seeing her just being able to celebrate that moment, like the sweetest woman in the track and field. It was so cute to see them have that embrace after the race, which is like what you do it for. Is like you finish the race and the first thing you want to do is like find your family and celebrate with the people who like sacrifice with you along the way.
Yeah. Hey, and sprint, Joshua. Sprint is gonna be crazy, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like for that being the final race of the whole entire series, like and all the there's just so much within this story that I'm gonna love to see on film. Like it's Noah provided so much content, bro. Like he killed it. He's killing all around.
And let's talk about Fred Curley, third place in this. Someone who finished silver in 2020 Tokyo has dropped the sponsor this year and like was going through a lot. Blocks were trying to get him at the New York Grand Prix. Like it was a crazy road for Fred Curley, but almost beats out Kashane Thompson. I didn't even realize this dude Kashane is 23 years old. That man looked like he 28. Like don't he? Like I don't know. I'm just saying. But like what about Fred Curley? He performed.
Wait, what?
Doesn't that dude look old? He's 23. I'm like, whoa, that's wild.
No. He does look older. Yeah, no, Fred Curley also I feel like just showed the world that he really is him. You know, we don't know what was really going on with him this season. You know, like you said, there was a lot with like the sponsor. We don't know if he was hurt or whatnot or whatever he had going on. He's another guy like he knows how to show up, you know, and perform. And we didn't see him race that much this entire year, but when the lights were the brightest, he still came away with the medal.
Yeah, Fred Curley's a dog. Like whatever Fred Curley says, I believe it when he says it because I still can't get over the man that's running the 100 these days when like he was the guy in the 400. And most of the time when you go up, you don't come back down. So just to see him to go out, get an Olympic bronze, I'm really proud of him. And like, I know he had a lot of drama this year, but to just like no, just block out the noise and get the job done, like no notes.
Absolutely no notes at all. Before we end up everything here, we still got some more to get to. We want to talk about the women's 200. We want to get to the women's 400 hurdles as well. We're going to play a little bit of game at the end too, but we'll talk about this briefly. I know, Kori, you're not a 1500 meter runner, but the men's 1500 is captivating a lot of people right now, and I think there's some people itching to talk about it a little bit. But believe me, we're gonna get to the 200 in a second. We're gonna get to everything else. But Kori, just for you, distance runners, like they're getting a little spicy now. Like they're talking and everything. Like people, it's they aggressive. Just like, what has been your reaction to seeing the hype between Josh Kerr and Jakob Ingebrigtsen, and we're almost at that final soon.
I like it's so funny to me because I think like I have a theory that as you go up in distance, like people just get nicer. Just because I'm thinking like y'all running those miles together, you have to like have a sense of like community, brotherhood. But for there to be a little bit of spice, a little bit of trash talking, I love to see it. Like I love when people get into competition. And so for there to be a little spice in the 15, I'm not mad at it.
Then Aaron, for you,
Yeah.
what are your first reactions of just this final that we got going now after seeing Jakob and Josh finally race again in that 1500, and then Yard Goose won his heat in a 331 as well. Hobbs Kessler right behind him. What is your reaction going into the final?
I think for the US team, I feel good. I feel good. All of our guys made it through and they looked great. Hobbs looked like he was chilling, ran great tactically. Yard did his thing, ran a 331 in a semi, which is insane. And I mean, I feel like I almost saw a preview of my top three with Cole, Jakob, and Josh in the first semifinal. I was looking to see. I was like, is Jakob gonna? Yeah, is it gonna get spicy in the race? Like, is he gonna look at him or like, you know, do something to like
Yeah.
mess around with them? But they kept it cordial and did their thing. So I feel like that 15 could be as hyped as the 100 we saw, because people been talking about this all year too. This has been a subject, Josh versus Jakub. So we'll see what happens.
Nah, indeed, it's definitely been something, a topic of conversation this entire time. Like, it's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious to see how Cole Hawker emerges. Definitely seeing him, like, I think the conversation has been that he's gonna be top three, and seeing him race with everybody like that has been extremely interesting. And happy for Yard Naguse, somebody that dropped out of the Olympics in 2020 because of that injury, and now he's looking better than ever going into the 200, going into the 1500-meter final. And that goes into kind of our 200, because the big news before everything was that Shericka Jackson dropped out of it. She didn't show up to the race, but we still had amazing performances from Gabby Thomas as well. Brittany Brown, Claremont alum as well, did her thing, winning her heat. Before we get there though, Kori, just like, could you kind of like put in perspective, like, how hard is it a decision that like Shericka and Shelly-Ann like made these past 2 days, with them both like DNSing before some of the biggest races of like their life? Like, how hard of a decision is that for an elite athlete?
Yeah, it's you train for years for a moment, and then because injury or whatever, you feel like you can't step to the line. It's like it's really hard. I mean, I was really injured in 2018, and I like got out there knowing that I was not in running shape, and like didn't finish the race because I had a limp off the track, and I probably should have just like DNS. But in my mind, I was like, adrenaline's gonna hit, and I'm just gonna.
You never know.
But it's like sometimes you have to make the smart move and like put your body first, and I think it sucks because like those are some amazing athletes, and you want to see them compete, and you want the field to have the top athletes in it. But I know what it feels like, and it's not fun.
I couldn't imagine. I could imagine, especially on a big stage like that. But so definitely rooting for Shericka just to get healthy, because it's gonna be disappointing not to see her, but it also opens up opportunity for someone else to get on that medal stand, and potentially I think it opens up a lot more for Julian Alfred. And we gotta talk about Julian, because yesterday she won the 100. Today she says she got 2 hours sleep to Citius Mag, and she goes out there, runs a 22.41, wins her heat, and shoot, like, we got somebody, the biggest biggest flow supporter with us right here in Kori Carter. Just like, what you think
All
of
day.
Julian's performance, and shoot, is she gonna medal? Is she gonna win this 200 now? Like, I don't know, bruh. Flo knows, so.
Flo does know. I should ask him. But but no, I'm so happy for Juju. I'm so happy for Flo. Like, I think they've been putting the work in, and to show, like, again, like you said, like on the biggest stage, and put a great race together against like a really stacked field. But it was a stacked field, but it was like she was running the race by herself. Like, she was out. So if she can bring that into the 200, I think she has a really good shot. I do think that like Gabby's looked good all year. I'm always going to be rooting for Brittany Brown to come through. I think she's going to have some stiff competition with girls who are fresh, who didn't have to run the 100, who got more than 2 hours of sleep, because the emotional toll of like winning a medal, like it takes a lot out of you. So hopefully she can put it together. But I know Flo has her already back, focused on the 2. So I'm sure she's gonna do great.
I feel like if she was to come out here, Joshua, and to win, even if she wasn't to win, like just to get like silver or bronze, I feel like this is her Olympics. We thought it was gonna be more focused on, I don't know, on the women's side. You're thinking about like Sha'Carri and like Gabby and stuff like that. But I feel like Julian Alfred, she's becoming like the star. She's always been the star, but she's gonna finally get that warranted attention that she should be having. Because even in NCAA's, I remember it was always people were kind of looking over her because that was at that time we had Steiner and you had
You had
what's
Favorite Philly
homegirl?
as well.
Yeah, Favorite Philly. And now it's like she won this one and like the stars are aligning to where we're like, dang, like is she gonna win this too? Or even just to get a gold and then come back get like silver or bronze, that would be insane.
No, it absolutely would. How does like Flo really just like how is he at like major championships like this? Because he's proven that like at college he does it. Like, is there how is he at the major championships? Is there any difference?
Honestly, not really. And that's a testament to the type of coach he is. It's like it's very he's very serious about everything. So when we get to worlds, when we get to the Olympics, it's business like usual. Like the best example I could give, I had a teammate who came to practice once a little late, and he sent her home, and he was like, "If it was worlds, you would have missed your race." So everything is all like the whole year. It's like it's an Olympic year. Everything is Olympic focus. Practice is going to be at world record pace. You're getting used to competing at that level all year long. So when you step to a major championship, you feel comfortable. You don't want to get to the Olympics and feel like, oh, snaps, I haven't done this before. And even if you haven't, you want to feel like I feel comfortable and I can just go out and execute. Only thing is, he tried to hug me before a world championship race, and I was like, "Who are you?" Because he never. I make him hug me every practice, and he never once won. And then at Worlds, he was like, "Bring it in." I'm like, "Who are you?"
No, that's funny. That's funny. But since you brought up
he's got Dina and Juju, so we'll see what the 200 shakes out to be.
no, absolutely. That's gonna be interesting, and we still got a couple more days till we get to that final. Women's 400 meter hurdles too. There's a couple more days, but since we got an expert on here, we might as well, talk about it. And you're talking about a world record pace. We potentially may see a world record go down the next few days. Femke Bol the other day just ran that 47 in this first round. She has the fastest time with a 53:38. Jasmine Jones right behind her with 53:60. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone with 53:60 as well. Then Anna Cockrell won her heat in a 53:91. What are your thoughts just overall on the women's 400 meter hurdles, and like what are you looking for when it comes to that final of all like who's gonna win this race or how fast they're gonna go?
Yeah, I think overall, I think it's gonna be a great race. I love when Sydney and Femke kind of head off, and I think Anna and Jasmine are really gonna bring a good race for bronze. But I think obviously it's gonna be between Femke and Sydney for gold and silver. I think the issue with the 400 hurdles is like it's all about managing energy through the race and through the rounds. And Femke's got that 4x4 leg in her, so we'll see how she can recover. But yeah, I think when also just like looking at the times, I'm sure Sydney like took her foot off the gas because, like I said, you want to make sure that like you aren't expending too much energy through the rounds, just because it is a lot on the body to run the 400 hurdles 3 times.
What do you think about since you've been a champ since you are a champion? Like, is there more pressure on Sydney being that she's already done this before, or do you feel like I feel like she's also like battle tested, having to go up against Delilah for so many years and battle her and breaking world records. But does Femke have somewhat of an advantage, you think, being the one that's always lost to her?
I mean, you could look at it the other way of like Femke's looking at Sydney like I've never beat her before, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I think it really comes down to the individual athlete. You can decide, hey, she's never beaten before and she won't again, or you can internalize the pressure and you feel like you have to live up to something. I think Sydney has if I'm Sydney, I'm looking at my track record. I'm saying I'm good. I know how to beat her. And yeah, there's probably a lot of pressure on. I mean, there's I don't want to cuss, but there's a lot of pressure on Sydney because it comes with like, being a world record holder and you're not supposed to lose in X, Y, and Z. But I think Sydney's done a really good job of just like mentally being able to get herself to rise to the occasion and be able to like relax and do what she does best.
Similar to what we just saw from Noah Lyles. Like,
Yeah.
there were, how much pressure was into that moment, and in his own way of being himself, he was able to put himself into that state and like really get his best self out of that moment. But it does worry me that like, well, Sydney can run a 47 split. I'm not saying like she can't do that, but like she's running a 47 split, like Kori, like that's crazy, and she like that's insane.
No, it is. But my thing is like, I think champions look forward to that type of, right? Mm-hmm. Like I loved running when my competition was at their best because I was like, oh, I'm about to run really fast, right? Like I think that pushes you to be better. And I think people who are actual champions, who are actual dogs, want to get in a fight. Like you don't want to go against someone who like isn't really gonna push you, right?
Yeah, it's not fun.
Like, I think this is gonna be a great race, and I think like Sydney's ready for it.
So we're gonna see 49. That's what you're saying.
We're gonna see something. I mean, the math, although the math is your 400 time plus 3, but at elite level, maybe 2.5 seconds. But I mean, it's a relay split, so it's not as convertible, but they're going to be close.
Yeah, they're gonna be close for sure. I don't know.
Wait, so you're saying that by the math, someone would need to be able, Sid would need the capability of running a 46? That's crazy.
It's 3-ish seconds, but like at elite level, I would say like 2.5 because you're a lot more efficient over the hurdles. So yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Another thing we want to bring up about the women's 400-meter hurdles is that there's something that's totally new from when you're competing with the repechage. I think I'm saying that right today. The repechage rounds as well that's been added in to the 400-meter hurdle. So let me get this right for you, Kori. We were explaining this a little bit about this off the show, but for the 400-meter hurdles, I believe it's going to be everybody that didn't make the prelim. Everyone that didn't make the semifinal, my bad, is going to have to race in the repechage round. I believe it's going to be tomorrow. I can double check, but I believe it's going to be tomorrow. So it's going to be 4 heats, and the top finisher from each heat automatically goes to the semis, and the next 4 fastest will also go to the semis. So these people that potentially are in the repechage could run 4 400-meter hurdle rounds. Are you glad you're not running anymore? If you
I mean,
you would never be in that. You would never be in that situation.
I wouldn't be repechaging. I'm so sorry. That would not be. I don't think it helps. I don't think it helps the event in that, like, one, I think the beautiful thing about track and field is like who shows up on that day and like runs well, right? And so the fact that you're giving people a second chance, I'm just like, all right, so are we gonna bring back like if you false start again? Like that makes more sense to me than running another round. 2, because you're forcing people in the repechage, like if you did have a chance of making the final, you now for sure don't because you've run an extra round. So like you got a second chance to do what? Like there's no way you're gonna run four races. I mean, maybe, right? And like, I get how it works in like Freddie's case, but I'm like, once you get to the 400 hurdles, running 400 hurdles is insane.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you guys didn't know, Freddie Creediton, he kind of jogged this prelim round of the 110 hurdles this morning so that he can get into the repage because he had some type of tweak, and I believe in his adductor, and he was talking to his doctors and everything. So he's going to give it full go tomorrow in the repage to try and get into the semis, but he kind of just jogged at 18 seconds, but that's a big thing because Freddie is somebody that I think the US men could potentially sweep the 110s, but there is that benefit to it. But
my other thing is like in the hurdle, like in the 110 hurdles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which at least for me, I played off a lot of like the other people in my races rhythm, right? So now if you're in the repage, like, are you going to make sure that you're running fast enough to make it to that next round? Because like you might think you're killing it because you're in front of everyone, but like they're not actually going that fast. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully, like that tactic will work. But I'm just like, can we just do 3 rounds? And like, I don't know why we keep having to like change these rules and 4 rounds of point hurdles. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's insane.
Even for the 800 too I'll be like, what? I gotta run another one. Are you the 15?
No, no one from the Repechage from the 15 made it. No one made it. Like that was their third 1500. The semis their third 1500 of the day, and like,
what are we doing?
Yeah,
that's brutal. You just torturing people.
We're gonna not make the final, or if they do make the final, they're now legs are gone.
Yeah. I don't. But it is giving us a little bit more TV. If you flew all the way out there, you have an offer. Kori's like, no.
So you're gonna go watch people who didn't make this semis run? Like, you want to watch that round? Like, hey. Okay.
you do got a point. I don't know how much I really do or don't want to watch it. We're gonna talk about the 800 tomorrow when we have Aaron Jascott on. That's gonna be really fun as we recap everything there too. Is there anything else we really need to touch on, or should we get to our game, bro? Or is there anything else?
I was gonna say, because someone mentioned it in the chat. I just want to say it was wild. Juliet Whitaker is the only one that made it to the final, bro, from the US team. Nia didn't make it. That was crazy. I was like, what? That sucks. But no, that was super happy for Juliet.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it more tomorrow if you want to wait.
Kori, did you have anything else you want to talk about, just the Olympics in general, before we get to our game?
No, I'm good. Also, like, my computer is like dying, so we should get to this game.
Okay, we're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to this game. So essentially, Aaron and Kori are gonna compete in track and field heads up. If you guys know, most of the heads up is kind of like Taboo, the thing that you have on your iPhone. You just have to describe the word any way you can. We're not gonna do like rhyme, as though, or first letter starts with. Let's play an honest, clean game. We got 30 seconds on the clock for each of y'all. If you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to see the actual word that they're trying to like guess in the moment. But if you're here on IG Live, you'll be able to see the word, you'll be able to see the countdown as well. So this will be kind of fun. We'll see if it works out. But who wants to go first? Or
I'll go first. Let me get in.
Okay. Wait, bro. Wait. You can't. You got the IG
rules?
Live open? Hold on. Or wait.
What you mean?
No, Kori. Yeah, no, Kori doesn't. Okay.
I have it right here. Yeah. No one can.
Well, you have it open. You're gonna have to close it once it's your turn.
Are you going first? You're giving clues first.
Yeah, Aaron's gonna give the clues to his words, and so we're gonna see who can get the most right in 30 seconds. All right. You ready, Aaron?
All right, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
This event happens in a ring, and there's a ball attached to something, and you swing around.
Hammer.
But what do you do with it?
Hammer throw.
Yeah, okay. This is what me and Joshua do. We go on long runs. It's called, like, there's all the long events, the 800, the 1500. Yes.
That's good.
Okay, what is the 800? What type of? Yeah.
That's good. You got three, Kori. You got 3.
That was 30 seconds?
That was 30 seconds, bro. We got a timer on IG Live.
I was about to start eating, bro.
Aaron, you're lucky, man. I'm not even going to cap, bro. You got to show up.
What? I was about to get that was man.
What do we do? I'm like podcast. I don't know.
All right. Last one. It's Kori, you're up now.
Ready?
Wait, hold on.
I forgot I had to guess them. Okay, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1. You're on.
Ryan Krauser.
Shot put.
26.2.
Marathon.
Mondo.
Pole vault.
10 events.
Deck.
Pass the baton.
Relay.
What I run over.
Hurdles.
Noah Lyles is a
Sprinter.
Bruh, Aaron, wait, honestly, Kori won. Even though you guessed more, Aaron, Kori won, bro. Like, dude, come on, bro.
What you mean? You didn't have the timer up when I was on.
My clues were great.
What about me? What about me?
What about you?
Yeah, I know.
When my keys now back, my clues weren't good.
You said this is what we do.
We're two black runners. We do distance running.
You also podcast. You also interview. I'm like, what do you guys do?
Hey, my words were way more broad though. Yours were way more distance running, middle distance.
Come on, man. Even John in the chat is saying you guys killed, bruh. You got killed.
John always be hating me, bro. John always be hating, bro.
Come on, Aaron. That was horrible, bro. You're supposed to show up for us, man.
No, this boy set me up, bro. Oh,
I ain't down. I'm not gonna lie.
You did good though. You did good. I mean, we were a good team. We were a good team. You did better. Yeah.
It said Aaron taking 15 seconds to describe the cool clues. That's crazy, bro.
Oh damn. Okay.
I was given one word.
All right. We appreciate you though, Kori, for coming on. It's been a really fun time. We're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to do it again sometime. We're gonna have to do it again for sure. For sure. We're actually gonna have to do like a real podcast too, because like you know, like you haven't really talked after you hung up the spikes. You feel me?
Yeah, I know. I've been living life.
No, that's cool though. That's cool. I love that. Appreciate you though. I was gonna say best of luck watching the Olympics, but enjoy watching the rest of the Olympics. I'm excited to see all your walks with Kovu on Instagram too as well.
Of course. You guys have a great day. Bye everyone.